Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. And today we are going to have another video of Whitebeard, Edward Newgate, and this stack is going to be against Yellow Charlotte Katakuri. Now, the matchup that I have coming up soon was really short, so I'm going to take an extra couple of minutes here to kind of do a quick deck breakdown on why the cards that I've chosen for this Newgate deck. And again, you can find the deck list in the description below so that you can actually go ahead and kind of check them out. So let me move my camera here real quickly so that you can actually guys see the cards as I hover over them. This is the SatSim list that I took to the Gen Con Regional and Treasure Cup. And both of those times I finished top 64 with the list. One day I went 6-3 and the other day I finished 7-2 with Whitebeard. So it is a good list. And it has been winning a lot of tournaments. Obviously, Whitebeard is still very powerful even after the restriction. So the card, this is my preferred list, and these are the reasons that I kind of chose the card. Now, you kind of have two ways to play Whitebeard now. You can go full-on Whitebeard Pirates, or you can go more Straw Hat version, as you see here with the Namis, the Shoppers, and the Luffy. I prefer this Straw Hat version, and with that said, because your two main searchers are Nami and Izou, it means that you kind of want to find like that even feel of Straw Hat and Whitebeard cards so that you reduce the chances of whiffing with one or the other. Now, this Nami, her main focus is to try to get our events, right? So we play the Red Hawk, the Radical Beam, and the quadruple guard point. So we have 7 events that we can hit with the Nami because they're all Straw Hat events. So that's your main search target with Nami. However, you are also able to find blockers. So if you don't get your events, you can pick your blocker instead. It's still giving you the defensive capability. So Nami's purpose in this deck is more looking for your defensive stuff. Of course, you do have the access to the Luffy if you do feel you need to go more aggressive, and you also have the Sanji as a 2k counter. So again, those are the targets for Nami. For Izou, you're kind of looking for Izou for your more mid-range to aggressive stuff, right? So the Izou is hitting your Marcos, your Atmos, and your Aces. All of these cards are the cards that you want to see in the mid-game that would allow you to kind of get rid of the opponent's board and be able to take their life. Of course, you are able to also hit that 9-cost Newgate. You're able to hit that Marco, that blocker Marco, which are both good defensive options if you're in certain situations, and the Jozu as a 2k counter. So both searchers are able to look for you for your 2k counters, but Izou is more focused on your aggressive units, your 1k counters, and your ace, while Nami is more focused on your events. Everything else you cannot search into, right? So the Otama and the Makino, you can search them with this deck, but they're just very nice 2k counters. The Otama can be really nice combination with the Marco as well if you need to play her, and the Makino can be surprising as well to be able to percent damage into the opponent by buffing your Izou or your Nami if necessary. So that's our searchers, right? With this deck, everything else, obviously, you're probably very familiar how to play Whitebeard. You just kind of want to play units on curve more or less and be able to just slowly get rid of the opponent's life while having all these 2k counters and all these extra cards that you get from the Newgate ability to keep yourself alive. So ideally, on the first couple of turns, you're playing your Izou and your Namis, and then you usually want to go second so that on turn 4, you get to play your Atmos and are able to set up that Atmos to kind of push damage into the opponent. Then on turn 6, you can play your Marco or a second Atmos, and then on turn 8, and I'm saying 4, 6, 8, but I mean on your done 6, your done 4, and your done 8 turn, you can go ahead and play your Ace, a second Marco, etc., right? So that's kind of like the curve that you're looking for. Your Otamas, your Makinos, your Sanjis, your Jozus are all your 2k counters to help you defend when you get down to 0 life. Again, with Otama and Makino having the additional benefit of synergizing with your Wonders or your Marco, and the Jozu could be interesting as well sometimes as a rusher attacker in a pinch if you really need to. We talked about the searchers, your Atmos, your Marco, and your Ace are your main units. The Luffy you usually want to play at the very end to get rid of once the opponent's at 0 life, so you can actually get through their blockers. The Newgate is good as a 1-drop to be as a 1-off because we have no choice, but it's good because if you do get it in your hand early, you can actually play in such a way that you know that when you get to your 9 Dawn, you'll be able to play the Newgate and still keep a life open, right? So if you see him early, you want to kind of play more defensive so that you can jump this Newgate on your 9 Dawn and buy yourself an additional turn that the opponent might not have been expecting. Your ace is so good in this matchup. You wait for the opponent to swing with multiple of their units, and then you play your ace, reducing 2 of their units at attack, and that would allow you to have your little guys like Nami and Izou be able to actually kill whatever units they attack with. Like the best thing is when, for example, if they attack with a Rush Sorrow, afterwards you play your ace, and now your Nami or your Izou can actually kill that Rush Sorrow because it's only going to have 2k power instead of 3k. We talked about the Marco blocker, so we have the Marco and the Shoppers as a line of blockers. The Marco is the best one, obviously, because he doesn't get punished by like the opponent having their own OP03 Marco. But the Shoppers are nice. I like the Shoppers over the Fossas. It can be searchable by Nami, and he also costs me 1 Dawn less, which allows me to potentially leave that extra Dawn open for an additional attack or for additional defense as necessary. The Luffy is so important at being able to push that last life against especially Law and other decks that have like blockers. And then lastly, you have your events. One Radical Beam, 4 guard points are necessary with Whitebeard. And then the double Red Hawk, it costs an extra Dawn, but it's kind of like Radical Point, giving me 4k power. Plus, it has the benefit of being able to also kill one of the opponent's units that might have less, that has less than 4k power, preventing an additional attack. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot more that can be said. These are my my choices and why I went for these ratios. Just kind of being really clean, playing all the one-offs, and just having enough blockers and events to keep myself alive as I try to stage my Marco, my Atmos, and my Ace. So yeah, a little bit longer than I expected to have this deck breakdown go for. We're gonna have a game against Katakuri. We had a game yesterday against Zoro. You can go back at yesterday's video and look at. And tomorrow we'll have one more game of Whitebeard if you wanna stick around and see that. So hope you enjoy the game. And if you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day. Enjoy. In this matchup, we're going against Katakuri. And I'd like to go second in this matchup. I'm going to keep everything. This hand looks very good for me. We can play both of these girls out, so this is actually good. Let's play the Nami first. Let's play this Nami first. I might actually choose to take the Luffy. Let's pick this Luffy. Let's pick this Luffy. My hand looks a little bit awkward. We can get this Atmos next turn. We can get this Atmos next turn and just play it down like that. Okay. So here we just attack for 6. We'll play the Atmos down. You get your Cracker. Just go like that. And in this matchup against Katakuri, right? You're okay taking all this damage from them and going down to 0 life. Like, it doesn't matter to you if you do, by the way, because taking this life from the opponent means that they're not able to really play their 7 cost Big Mom without like just using the value, right? Yeah, so no trigger here. We'll let them do whatever they want if they want to kill it. I guess we can kill this. Like, do I want to even kill this Cracker? Or do I just continue pushing life? I guess let's kill the Cracker for now. Let's just make sure that we're not in a bad situation. We can kill this Cracker. We can go here. Attack for 7 again. Play a second Atmos and settle for next turn. They get the Brûlée, alright? So we go here. Pass the turn. Because again, look, I guess they could play, if they have their 7 cost Big Mom, they should play it right now. But all that means is I just trash my life, which I would have lost last turn anyways, right? So we let them do whatever they want. They left it at the top, unfortunately. They go after the Atmos instead. Which makes sense, because we're going to lose the next life anyways. It does mean that I'm not allowed to counter out of this, because if I do... No, I think we have to counter out of it. We counter out of it because I need my units. I need to have all these units to be able to commit lethal into the opponent, right? So We're probably gonna leave this ace as it is. We know that the opponent has, so we can go 7 here. Opponent has a trigger here that they want to play. Okay, let's go 7 again. They have to block, right? Because if they let this Luffy push damage, they have to block. If they go to 1 life, then my Luffy's just killing them. We can keep 4 down. So we can go like this, 7. If they don't block, then the Luffy becomes so much better next turn. I'm so confused about that. I'm actually so confused. So here, we have 5 done, which means that we have enough for Red Hawk, guard point, plus something else. I'm gonna just pass. I don't know that I need to do anything else here. How do you beat the Luffy next turn if you're not keeping any Don open? I guess if you play, like, you can't even play your 10 cost Big Mom. We just slowly counter out of everything they throw at us. Yeah, like here, we just go guard point. When they attack, we go Red Hawk and kill the Brûlée again. So this next attack means that we get rid of the blocker. Like, this is literally exactly what I want to see, right? Boom. And now you lose the game. You have no blocker, and we have all these attackers, and we still have 3 sits. Yeah. Sure. Unfortunately, right? We don't even, yeah, like, this is what we want to see against the yellow player, and the opponent really cannot do anything about it, right? So we just take all that life, we set up our big 6k attackers, start taking their life, make it so that if they want to play the 7 cost Big Mom, it's like a really bad deal for them to actually do that. So yeah, I mean, that's how this Whitebeard versus Katakuri matchup is gonna go. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like it below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day.